Good morning, everyone. Did anyone get an email today? Happy Friday. Happy all time highs, although I don't know if we're going to keep them. Thank you very much. Email and text. Thank you. I'm good, Richard. Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Greg. Tammy, good morning. Thank you. Oh, nice. The chicks. Oh, well, welcome back, Mark. First time just joined up. Awesome. Welcome. I am listening to the press conference as well. There's a live press conference in the White House right now. So we got some stuff going on. Volume's pretty light still today, though. I think about the Supreme Court rulings that are coming out right now. Oh, you got straight runs. They did. Hey, Cyrus. Hey, Maggie. Scuba Chris. Love the name. Catherine, good morning. We're going to start a little bit later today, just so everyone knows. Be nice if this was an exciting high volume day, but we're only at 37% on the SPY. Just nothing. At the, it's noon. It's only 4 hours left. And not to mention, good chunk of the volume comes in the first hour. And then the other big pocket, obviously, is the last hour. Yep. It's close, Penny. Good morning. Yeah, it's moving rapidly right now.
What?
The Volt. Yeah,
Yeah.
this candle. It's
Yep.
up and down.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let me just go to YouTube for a quick second and make sure everything's good there. Say hello to everybody there, and then I'll be right back with you. All right. Here's that. Here's that. All right. Hey, Thomas, Kevin, Devin, Pete, Richard, good morning. And let's say good morning to everybody here. Hello, Robert. Hello, Kevin, Stephen, Fred. Uh, Good. Glad to hear that, Fred. Good to hear that. Bill, we got William. Hey, William. Jill, Gus. Hey, Jill, Gus, Mike, Brian, Kevin, Robert, Murray. The glad the house said the cats. My son will take care of them, but thank you. One second here. All right. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I gave a trade alert on VRT in the pit today, Matt,
Yeah.
and I closed it out and I wrote VST instead of VRT.
Oh no.
I mean, I probably do need a vacation, right? Hey,
Well, it's coming
Willie.
up.
Hey, I mean, I don't do that often. Like ADM, AMD, things like that. I don't do it very often. I'm so sorry, all of you guys, but will, the price was for obviously for one of the stocks, not the other. Wouldn't it be funny if both stocks were the same price, right? Kent says, good morning. Picked up data miner yesterday. Excited to start using it. You guys will love, 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 love all the cool things you could do with it. It's a very cool program. Happy Friday, Julian. Happy Friday. I am so sorry for anybody in the pit. I am so apologetic about that. I don't do that very often, maybe once a quarter, but that's one of the reasons why I post the price. The price will I am an idiot sometimes. What are you going to do? A SCOTUS giving Trump lots of gifts? What's going on, SB? What's happening?
They're doing a lot of rulings.
Oh, good, 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 good. Uh, hey, iPad 3. We have a new pit trader. Very good. Scott, there you go. Scott, you have it says iPad 3 in front of your name. You may want to just at a future time change it. And if you post, please post for everybody, for everyone, not host and panelists, so everybody could see you. Guys, post for everybody. It'll be easier for you guys to see. Hey, Anu Kumar, how are you guys doing? Hey, Becky, Richard, how are you, Richard? DJ Dave, we got Jim, we got Kirk, we got Chris, we got Ken. Hey, Ken, how are you? Can you imagine, Ken, VRT versus VST? Oh, thank God, at least I got the price right. George, Jim, I know you knew what I meant, but thank you, William. I appreciate it. I'm assuming you made money on it, but I know you guys. I know because the price, but I'm an idiot. What can I tell you? I get this. I get to wear the idiot stamp of the day today. That's all there is to it. Yeah, remember what I say always, Ken. It's 20% of all mistakes in trading are mistakes like I just made. Inputting, fat finger errors, inputting the wrong date, inputting the wrong time, not looking at earning, just stupid stuff that all of us fall for. But yeah, um, Tony, how are you, Tony? Thinking about how long you, given how much you're spending being about going long, you're spending in Germany. Mark took profit on it anyway, kept the long expires one. Good, 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 good. Good, Mark. Hey, Jay Singer, how are you? Brett says 16 wins, 3 losers this morning. All day trades except 3 felt a little frisky. Good for you. Um, Kevin, you made 375 on VRT. I am so happy to hear that. Folks, I'm sorry about the mistake. I am so sorry. If somebody did that to me, I would be pissed off too. I get really upset when people say things that are just not true or don't use the right context and when I make mistakes. Those two things really piss me off. Like just got to be honest and clear with people, and I wasn't being clear. I am so sorry about that. I owe you guys a free trade. How about that? Uh, Penny says Richard wanted to really get the kid excited. Oh, that W Moore. Thank you. I was losing my mind. No, no, you're not losing your mind. I think I'm losing my mind. Also got data miner, got data miner. Cool, cool. You guys are going to love using it. I'm telling you, spend some time with it. You'll be amazed at, and I'm telling you, when you're looking at data miner, stop doing this. Look out. Like if you notice a stock, see if other stocks are doing the same. That's the cool thing about data miner. When you start seeing relationships, that's when data miner hits. I remember we were doing this a year ago, and I remember doing a data miner session, and I remember and I don't remember the exact week, but it was like a week period where all the semiconductors were just down terribly. I wasn't going to go buy semiconductors that week, and conversely, the same thing happened with airlines. There are certain sectors that trend more related to each other. I can't explain it, but it happens. Oil, chip stocks. The more commoditized a sector is, the less moving parts there are, the more it's related to the same thing, the more it'll be commoditized. And the more something is commoditized, the harder it is to move on its own. Hey, that's good. Andrew says I made 1,200 on Netflix from YouTube. Go ahead and grab that, Matt. That's great. Great, great. I don't feel as bad now. Chris says usually on target. Now, obviously not today with VRT. Oh, Carlos, thank you. Thank you very much. And I'll be sending you guys pictures and all of that. And I'll tell you I'm going to Germany for 2 reasons. I only told you one. I'll tell you the other reason. Shannon, we got Jennifer, we got Todd, we got John, we got Maria, we got Jennifer, Shannon, Todd, John, Maria. We got the piano learner, Jay Singer here. Mark took a profit on VRT, kept too long. Good, 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 good. Let me just go real quick. I don't want to get off topic because I want to teach you guys something today. Hey Ernie, hey Ken, Adam Eagle Beagle, on way to hospital for surgery. I hope you're well, Adam. Good luck to you. Good luck, Castles. Yes, Castles. But I'm also Clyde's daily agenda while you're on vacation. Oh, Cyrus. Oh, you'll be, trust me, he's got an agenda. Mark, John, if I did not say hello, I apologize. Can someone post the link for Data Miner? Hey, Blake, can you get the purchase link from yesterday for Data Miner and give it to Michael Bittler here? Or maybe Matt can do it. I don't know if Blake is because Blake's not supposed to come on for another while. Good. People have made money on VRT. Very good. Very, very, very good. And by the way, I still like it for a swing. It still has some room to the upside. All right. Yeah, praying for you, Eagle Beagle. I hope you're okay. All right. You know what? Let me get the link. I'll get the link for Data Miner. Hold on a second. 1 second. 1 second. Just give me a little time. I'll post it here. Just give it a little time. XLF took no, that's the main website, John. That's not going to have the special deal. How do you know when to take profit on what specifically 631? What are we talking about? I don't trust the upside either, Cyrus, but here we are. And we got to go with whatever's working. Yeah, hope the surgery goes well. So another reason why I'm going to Germany is I'm going to have dinner on the 3rd with our what's Conrad's title, Matt? He's a there it is. Here it is. Here's, if you missed Data Miner, here's the link for Data Miner. Okay. If you still missed it and you want it, it's definitely worth it. Good. Took my Netflix and ran. Good for you. Yeah, I would be a little nervous of the upside. So Conrad, he's an auditor. He's a trade verifier, a trade auditor. His name is Conrad Matters, and he does trade verifications for us here. He's a cool looking guy. The picture of him right here. He's in Europe. He's German, and he's meeting me there. And we're going to be talking about the new program that we're going to be launching, the Trading Zone Live. He's very intrigued because he's going to be auditing it, and he wants to get a little familiar with it. So I'm going to have dinner with him on the 3rd. So that's the 2 reasons why I'm going to Germany. I'm going to be launching a new product when I get back that we already launched, that 600 people already have. And how many winners did we have in a row, Matt?
In the trading zone?
Yeah.
12.
12 winners in a row now. And now let's talk about today's session. So I want to do something really, really cool today, okay? Yesterday, we talked about seasonality, and I'm going to share my screen in just 1 second. Yesterday, we talked about seasonality, and we talked about seasonality in terms of the broader picture, okay? The broader picture. And folks, I got something really cool for everybody today. I have a special because I'm leaving, so I'm going to do something really, really cool. And this is the stock that we made money on today. We got in right around the VWAP. I think it was somewhere around here, and we got out of it right over here, right off of these 2 bars. 631 says I'm up $850 profit. Can I take profit? Sure you can, but leave a runner. Leave a little position and put your stop at break even. You're obviously new, but you're asking great questions. Do me a favor, 631. Next time you log in, can you use your name? It's just easier than to call you 631. And number 2, can you post to everyone instead of hosts and panelists? That way, everybody will be able to see what you're writing. I'll just repost what you're writing, okay? Because then other people will not feel like they're missing out on my communication with other people. Okay? All right. So, how do you leave a runner? Well, okay, I'll show you how to leave a runner. So let's say you bought this at right here on this bar, hypothetically speaking, at let's just say you bought it at 127, okay? I'm just making these numbers up for now. You would not have a stop, then you would take a profit here, and then you would put a stop at your entry price, which means if the price goes back to your entry price, you would get stopped out on the remainder of your position. And that means a runner is a position you're gambling with the house's money. So basically, you took your profit, and typically a runner is no more than 10 to 15% of your position. So let's say you did 100 shares. I'm making this up. I'm just illustrating. Let's say you would leave 10, 15 shares as a runner. And then that way, if the price comes back to your originating buy level, you would get out of the stock. Yeah. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure you guys understand that. Are you still short, Matt?
Yep.
God bless. All right. No, I'm just going to wear regular clothes, Joe, in Germany. I don't even know what leather. Oh, I know what they are. Yeah, no, I'm not going to wear that. But you never know. Maybe a couple of beers, which I don't drink. But no, I'm going to. That's funny. Okay, I want to give you guys a couple of lessons right now. All right, a couple of life lessons. Leather pants. Can you see me wearing leather pants? It was in the pit here. And I messed up on the trade. Here, look, let me show you what I did. This is funny. So here, look, go long VRT, could be a swing, filled 127.38. You would take the 0.70 delta options on this trade. And then I start changing VRT. I start going from VRT, and then I'm here, take profit on VST. And people are like putting this, and I'm thinking they're just being wise with me because they do it sometimes, out at 127. Now, the price is VRT, obviously, but I'm talking now at 124. Now it went up to, and I'm talking about VST, but it's not. It's VRT. And then I finally realize it. And then I say, I apologize. I'm an idiot. That's it's in the pit. It's a pit trade. That's the one where we have a 94%, 94.2% win rate. We are currently short one stock. I'm not going to mention the stock, but that stock is short. I'm okay holding it till it takes out the 15-day EMA on a daily chart. The reason the stock is up today is because Nike and EL had really positive earnings, and those earnings are driving consumer stocks. If you look at consumer discretionary today, that's the strongest sector. See that? Consumer cyclicals, and we happen to be short that sector. But those earnings usually fizzle out 48 to 72 hours. So I'm hoping that the stock will revert back down before it hits the 15-day EMA. And if you know what ticker I'm talking about, please don't bring it up here because it's a private trade in a private members area. Barbara says, "I've open." Barbara, can you please post for everyone? Please repost for everybody, and I'll answer your question. Cyrus, so did we. Here, let me repost your question. I don't speak Deutsch. All right, let's see. I have an open position at Okla. It expires. Today's the last day. I think you don't have, I wouldn't be rolling anything. I don't roll positions. Unless the position is amazing and I just want more time, I wouldn't roll anything. So I wouldn't be rolling anything. Let it die a good death and move on. So folks, please, let me teach you something. Yesterday, I'm assuming you guys want me to, isn't that our 13th winner in a row, Matt?
What?
13th winner in a row?
Yep.
All right. So we just had our 13th winner in a row. Nice, Kevin.
Wasn't a big one, but
No, but better than a sharp stick in the eye right there. That's the program we're launching the Monday after I come back. Okay. I haven't launched anything in a while, actually. All right. So I want to teach you guys something. I want to actually teach you something. So one of the most important things that I'm going to explain to you is synergy between different things. Okay. Synergy between different things. So for example, let's just hypothetically take a seasonality. Okay. Let's just take seasonality. Now, there's long-term seasonality to the market, and there's short-term seasonality to the market. As a matter of fact, there's a specific seasonality even for days of week. Okay, days of week have seasonalities too. So there are different ways to skin a cat. For example, beginning of the week. Like when I say beginning, Fridays and Mondays are usually choppy down days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays are usually up days. Monday and Tuesdays are usually down days. Mondays are usually down days. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are up days. Now, not all the time, not always, but enough to where there's an edge there. So seasonality doesn't just work on a specific date or a specific period. It works in many different ways. What was this? Who made $1,400? That S. Singer said up $1,400 on futures this morning, and now with the win. Very nice. Grab that, Matt, would you? So, what does all this mean? What does all this mean? Well, what if? Let me give you a little hypothetical here. What if we could take a stock, a really strong stock, a stock that's making a 90-day high, hypothetically speaking, of course. And what if we could time that stock with the right seasonality that week and a pullback at the same time? Wouldn't that be great? If you can have seasonality, right? The regular one I taught you yesterday, where you were, let's say, hypothetically speaking, we're in consumer discretionary, and consumer discretionary has very, very strong seasonal wind pattern. Okay, and it's Monday afternoon, and you know that there's a swing to the market like this, right? Right? And it's a really strong stock, and it's having a baby pullback. What if you can put all those things together? right? Wouldn't it be amazing? There you go. Thank you, Richard. All right. All right. All right. Very, very important. Very, 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 very important. Multiple confirmations. Synergy. Synergy. It's called the synergy effect. Okay? Very, very, very important. So, now, before I show you some examples or hypotheticals, okay? Let me just say that, by the way, mags are losing strength right now. Matt, am I sharing my screen?
Yeah. You're
Okay.
sharing VRT
Yeah,
and Max.
and mags. I got mags right here. Okay. So Vivek says NSC for seasonal discussion last afternoon, 20% overnight. Go ahead and grab that, Matt. That's a good one right there. I like that one. That's on YouTube. All right. So the point I'm making is, what if you have a stock that's I interrupted myself. So the last thing I want to tell you, and this is really important. When I say this is really important, I mean this is really important. This took me a while to figure out. Let me show you this. You guys are going to like this. So Jay Singer, you're going to learn something else right now. Okay? I still feel like such an idiot about that trip, about that VRT VST. Oh my God. I'm going to tell my wife, she's going to crack up. I'm coming back the following Sunday. So I'll be back on Monday like nothing ever happened. If I come back from Europe. Can you imagine? Matt, I'm going to wear a beret and stay in Europe for 6 months. I would never do that, but I would miss Clyde too much, but that would be kind of funny. So let me give you a good example. Let's just take NVIDIA. Right? Okay. Well, actually, you know what? You guys are going to love this. You guys are going to love this. Yeah, I think markets are assuming that this tariff deadline is going to be moved another 90 days. That's how the market's behaving, at least from what I could see. But let me show you something here. Going to show you something here. Let's take the RSI oscillator. The standard setting for the RSI oscillator is 14 days. Out of the box, if you right now look at it on your computer, it's going to say 14. Mine was 5. Yours is going to say 14, unless you changed it around, okay? That's the standard setting. So, what the hell is this? What is this? Who moved my cheese? Okay. Okay, there we go. So, you're welcome, Sin. Good. Very, very good to hear that, Peanuts. I'm glad to hear that. Okay. So this is the RSI. This is how you would get RSI indicator. It would look like this out of the box. Okay. All right. It would look just like this out of the box. I want you to see how stupid this indicator is. This is NVIDIA. Okay. Now tell me, I want to ask you an interesting question. I want to ask you guys an interesting question. In order for RSI to give you a signal, NVIDIA had to go from $140, let's see when it gave you the signal right here, to $95. I'm going to repeat that again. In order for RSI to give you a buy signal, the stock went from $140 to $94. This is the signal right here. I'm just going back, and I can go to previous ones too. Oh, and by the way, it gives you a signal like once every year. No, it doesn't even do that. Here, it was almost oversold here. It went from 95 to 75. Do you think that's a good indicator? Okay, now let's try Tesla. I'm randomly using I want to show you something. I want to show you something. I want to show you guys something. Uh, and you'll see why I call this the really stupid indicator. Okay. So Tesla went from 361 to 274. No soup. Okay, let's continue this. Oh, here's one. Oh, here's a beautiful one for you. It gave you a signal. One signal, two signal, and it keeps giving you signals. As Tesla keeps going down, it just keeps giving you signals. That's a great indicator. So Tesla went from $500 to 300 to I'm not going to cheat, to $291 before it gave you a signal. Do you think that's a good indicator that tells you something is overdone to the short to the upside when it moves half of its value? I'm cherry picking. Okay, all right. If you think I'm cherry picking, let me show you. Hold on. You can't see my screen? Yeah, you can. I'm seeing it on YouTube right now. I'm literally seeing it on YouTube. Okay, let's see how well this thing works. I want to show you something. Yeah, it's worse than listening to Kramer, actually. This is why I call this the really stupid indicator. The NASDAQ S&P went from almost all-time highs, look, all-time highs, to this level for this thing to get triggered. It went from 616 to 549 for this thing to get triggered. And what happened after it triggered? It fell over another that much more and finally got another signal. Okay, what am I trying to teach you here? What's the point? That this is called the really stupid indicator? Obviously, you already know that. But there's something more important to it than that. And I hope to God you're going to write down what I'm about to say. What Matt and I found out was that the RSI, if you use the RSI the way it's supposed to be used, it actually makes a really good counter trending indicator. In other words, if this is telling you that the things are overbought, it's probably a good time to buy. And if this thing is oversold, it's probably a good time to sell. This thing will probably continue going down more. Point is this, and this is the part you're going to write down. If you take a truck and you hit somebody with a truck, they're probably not going to get up. This indicator is a great indicator if you want to see people who got hit by a truck. The problem is, after you get hit by a truck, you're probably not going to get up. Well, Roger, everybody uses this indicator. Well, let me slow down. Or hold your horses. This indicator was not invented for the stock market. Let me prove it to you. RSI indicator. When did he invent it? He published it in 1978. The internet was not around in 1978. Nobody was trading stocks in 1978. But do you know what this book is about? New Concept in Technical Trading Systems? If you were in my class live, remember when I told you they took all these futures book and then they turned them into stock books and then they turned them into cryptocurrency books? All the examples in this book are futures markets, futures and currency markets. There's not one stock example in this book. If you don't believe me, buy it and see for yourself. The system was never designed for commodities. It was designed for commodities. It was never designed for stocks. Commodities. Every example in this book is a commodity and a futures. Futures and commodities and currencies, they don't have a high and low. A company's different. When a company has bad earnings, it may not survive. Whereas commodity will always survive because it's a commodity. Capiche? So I want you to understand that most of these, see, introduced in 1978, people didn't trade stocks for another 20 years. Okay, minimum. Okay, just wanted to show you a little history. So, point is, this indicator is useless for stocks, but that's not what I'm trying to teach you here. What I'm trying to teach you is, trying to teach you something even more important. What we found out was, well, first thing we found out that this thing is utterly useless. But we found out something about it that was really, really useful. Really, really useful. When you get hit by an old grandma driving 5 miles per hour with a golf cart, you're probably going to survive. But when you get hit by a truck, you're probably not going to survive. This thing signals when things are like in the trash can. I mean, like the stock has to be beaten down to another planet to get a buy signal. Okay. So I decided to do something to make this indicator a little more intelligent. Okay. And again, think about getting hit by a truck versus getting hit by a grandma that's going 5 miles per hour, or getting hit by a bike, a little kid on a bike. You're probably going to survive to live another day. Capiche? So what you do is you go to this indicator and you type in 2. 2. 2. Not 14, but 2. Why is this so hard for me to do? Why is life so difficult, Matt? Okay, apply. There we go. Still not applying. What's going on here? Oh, I see. Okay. I see what happened. Okay. I really do need a vacation. So what I found was this. When you apply this indicator and make it a 2-day RSI, the damn thing becomes really smart. Now, it doesn't become as smart as my quantum indicator, but it becomes almost as smart as my quantum indicator. The quantum indicator is the best for this, for shallow pullbacks. So how do you use this? How does it work? Where do you use it? How does it work? So let me explain something to you. Now imagine you have a stock going up. Stock is going up, okay? Think about this right now. And you're using a 14-day RSI, the old way. Well, by the time the stock gives you a signal, the stock is going to look like this. Yeah. Do I need to say more? Right? Do I need to say more? Remember, it signaled right here. The stock had to go from here to here. Does this look like a stock you would take a long on? Here? But the 2-day RSI is a crafty little beast. What the 2-day RSI does is very, very, very sneaky. Let me show you something. Let me show you how sneaky this thing is. How about Roblox? Yeah, Glenn, except I teach it to you with context. He doesn't. He just tells you to use the 2-day RSI. I actually explain how to use it to get the best results. Okay, now. See this? Is that something a stock, can a pullback like this be something a stock can survive from? I hope to God you guys are listening. I'm giving you, Matt, how valuable is what I'm teaching them right now?
Very valuable.
How long did it take us to really figure this out? Like back test it to really figure this out?
A long time.
So now look at this pullback right here. Is this something the market can recover from? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is this something a market can recover from? For sure. So what happens when you have a trend like this and you have an RSI doing this? You have a really high probability trade. See, the problem with Larry, whereas the problem with Larry, Glenn, is he didn't go into the part that I'm going into right now. That's the part. He just left you with the 2-day RSI, but he didn't explain that it's useless if you use it on a market that's doing this. Now let's say you have a trend. Look at your entry. Let me show you a couple of others. Uptrend, right? Look, what would have happened if you gotten in here? What would have happened if you got in here? Capiche? Now, if you're looking for the regular RSI, it would have signaled right here. Do you think you want to take a long off of here after this drop? No, no. But let's say it's moving up like this. What it does is it's telling you when you got a paper cut and you need to go to the bathroom to complain to your mommy for 5 minutes. And then you come back and you play with the rest of the kids. You understand? Getting a signal here that it's ready to buy is like getting hit by a truck and saying he's ready to be taken out of the hospital and play tennis. This baby pullbacks. Look at this baby pullback. Look at that. Look at every time it signals right here. Look at every time it signals right here. Look at what it signals right here. Do you understand what I'm showing you right now? Let me show you something else. How about TSM? Look at this trend. Do we have a nice trend here? Okay, look. Right there. Nice entry, right? Right there. And what happens afterwards? Okay, what happens here? Right there. Look at this sucker. Look at this sucker right there. Oh, Matt, that's a beauty right there, isn't it? Right there. Because you have this trend. If you didn't have this trend, this wouldn't work. But Roger, you just said the 2-day RSI is great, and it's yes, if you have a trend. That's the part that Larry forgot to tell everybody. See, Glenn, if you have a trend. Larry forgot to mention that part. The problem is, if you don't have context, these things on themselves mean nothing. Okay? So let me do another one. Do you guys want me to give you another example? 5 works fine too, Cyrus. Just depends how strong the trend is. Do you want me to show you a couple more examples of this? Are you guys having an aha moment? Look at Goldman Sachs. Right there, look. Right there. Glenn, it's useless without a trend. It's completely and utter garbage without a trend. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Nice, huh? Give me a really strong trending stock. Somebody give me a really strong trending stock. If you do it on a trend like this, Glenn, you ain't going to make any money. Microsoft. Let's do it on Microsoft. Just one stock. You don't need to go overboard. So, right here, we got a strong trend, right? Right here and right here. Right there. Don't you think it would be nice to buy this right here? Do not do it if you don't have a good trend. It's useless. It won't work. It won't work right here unless you're buying tops. Palantir, let's try it on Palantir. The point here is not to show you stocks. The point here is to go show you a tool. So here's an uptrend, right? Right there. Right there. Look at this, Matt. Look at this one right there. Isn't that a doozy? And you would liquidate when you're back on top here overbought. So you would buy here and sell right here. So you would buy right here and sell right there. So now, well, Roger, that's all great. I had HWM actually on my list. Let me take a look. That's all great, but how the hell do I know if a stock is trending? Because you just said a minute ago that if there's no trend, that it's not going to work. Okay, right here. Right there. And you would get out of it either right here or right there. So you enter right here, you get out right there. Only $8 higher. Into it, okay. I'll do last one into it. Doesn't work for day trading. This has nothing to do with day trading. This does not work for day trading. This is not a day trading tool. So this doesn't really have a strong trend. It's just going to chop you up if you don't have a good trend. You need to have a good trend. Vladi says, might be the most important lesson in my life. Not yet, Vladi. Tell me when I'm done. So, but Roger, you said you need to have a trend. You need to have a trend. Look at that. Getting in right here and getting out right there. Look. See how smart this indicator can become? You want me to do the 14-day again? Oy vey. Look. I have to actually pluck it in. Hold on. There's the 14-day. Doesn't make any sense. Look. Yeah, it's telling you this is overbought and this is oversold. It's just nonsense. It's just pure nonsense. Now let me go back to the other setting. By the way, if you guys think the 2-day RSI does this really well, the quantum indicator is specifically designed for this. I said the RSI 2-day does it okay. The quantum does it really well. No, I'm not going to sell you the quantum. I'm just letting you know the quantum was specifically designed for baby pullbacks. But Roger, I tried using it. No, you're not using it the right way if you're not using it for baby pullbacks. Okay. RCL, that's a good one. Let's try RCL. RCL. But I want to show you something. I'm not done yet. I'm just getting started. Are you guys getting some value out of today's class? All right, look. Right there. Right there. Right here, look. Right there. Right there. Look, as we're going higher, look how it's picking the lows. Here, it picked the low right here, and it picked the low right here. It's not picking the absolute lows, but like the day before the lows. If you have a good trend. Well, how the hell do I know? You just told Glenn that it's completely useless if it doesn't have a good trend. You said it. I heard you. We recorded it. How do we know? How do we know? Well, let me show you. Remember what I said, synergy, when things come together. So you go to your indicators. You go to an average true range. Your computer says 14. Mine says 10. You can use 14, but I like 10 better. Here's the ATR 10. Oh, sorry, wrong indicator. What am I? I really do need a vacation. I need the ADX, not the ATR. 10. See, 10, 10, 10. Not ATR, ADX. That's the second mistake I've made today, Matt. That's the second mistake I've made today. Here,
For a vacation.
huh?
Time for a vacation.
Whenever, do you guys want to know how you can tell if you have a trend or not? When this is over 25. When this is over 25. When the ADX is over 25, you have a trend. Up or down. You want a really strong trend over 30. Look at this trend right here. Over 30. You want this thing to work? Over 30. Do you guys want me to show you some trends and show you what they are? Let's do it. Do I have any? I don't want to keep putting them in here. Let me. Yeah, I'll just post them on there again. All right. So let's try just to show you trends, to show you how well it works. VRT, nice clean trend, right? Let's see. Indicator, standalone, ADX, 10, apply. Boom, over 30. Okay. Um, I think you're right. I think you guys are, ladies are right, but I got to do what I got to do. I still have today. I have to finish today. TSM. I want to show you all the stocks that I just showed you. It's trending nicely, right? Glenn, do you see the secret? Do you see do you see the secret to using that indicator, and how if you use it the way Larry told you, you basically will be just. That's why I don't like these gurus. They tell you just enough to get you into trouble. Bingo, 42. Remember, above 30. What stocks were we all looking? I'm just going back with all the stocks we were looking at. HWM. HWM. I'm not done yet, folks. Don't you think about going anywhere. We haven't even gotten to the options yet. Almost 30. Not 30 yet. Almost 30. But above 25. ICE, all right, I'll do ICE. I don't have it as a template, so I have to put it on every time, so. Nope, 21. Not a really, this just looks like it's about to break out. But let's look at Microsoft. Yeah, they don't know themselves, exactly. Microsoft, that's a good one. Let's see Microsoft. It's been trending really well. That's a beautiful trend. $53. That's enough. I'm not going to do any more. So, what happens when you combine a trend indicator with a homemade momentum oscillator, and then you add a little seasonality to it? So, now let me describe now I'm going to put everything together for you. And then when I'm done with this presentation, I'll even talk about how options fit into all of this. Folks, if you are on YouTube right now, please come into the Zoom room. Matt, can you post the Zoom link and tell them to come into the Zoom room right now? I want to show you guys something. Because what I just explained to you, I just gave you the tip of the iceberg. I'm going to put it how, and I'm going to show you this short-term seasonality, and I'm going to give you how, and I'm going to show you this short-term seasonality, and I'm going to give you some statistical data behind it right now. Okay? Do you guys want to see this? This is really, 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 really cool. Now, but you guys got to go from YouTube. You guys have to go to Zoom.
Zoom.
Yeah. I posted it in, no, I'm not going to post it in Telegram. I just posted it here. Just copy and paste it for yourself. And I'm going to review it right now. And I'll review it after I do. This is only going to take about 20 minutes, maybe less. So I want everybody to go into the, trust me, I haven't given you everything, but I've given you enough background to where you'll understand what I'm going to be talking about right now. I'll solidify the data for you. And then we're going to put it all together. Okay. All right. All right. Folks, if you are on YouTube, please, please, please head to, now, Matt, I want you in, not right now, but in 5 minutes, I want you to, because we're not selling anything. We're just doing a presentation. I want you to turn off YouTube in less than 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, Matt?
Okay.
All right. So, folks, if you, oh God, what am I doing here? If you are on YouTube, we are turning it off in less than 5 minutes. Please go into Zoom room link above this note. All right. All right. And you guys are already in the Zoom room. Are you ready for this? Now, listen and listen good. This is going to take maybe 10, 15 minutes. And I'm going to talk about options when I'm done with this. I'm not going anywhere. So please listen. We're going to show you some stuff. We're going to show you some examples. Pay attention, okay? Now, there will be losing trades. This is not infallible. There's no such thing as infallible trades. But back in 2022, me and Celeste Lindman got together and we showed them you guys a new strategy that goes back to 1927. This is about Monday through Thursday turnarounds. This is using what I just showed you and using this is the short-term seasonality. Remember we talked about long-term, short-term seasonality? I'm about to talk about the short-term seasonality. Listen and listen good. So we did an experiment with 114 issue trades, and we had a 79% win rate. And it all started with an experiment we did about 5 years ago. It was a random list of numbers that exists, a very, very important tool. We place a trade at a specific time on Monday. Remember I told you there's a little thing on Monday that extends to Friday and Monday stocks go down and then they start going up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So imagine the technical pattern I just showed you aligning with what I'm talking about right now. They're all interwound. They're all interwound. Okay. I am half fuller. I'm talking about programs you guys have. Most people here have this. Okay. I'm really trying to teach you something half fuller. All right. You should be more with a name like half fuller, you should have a more positive outlook. You're not half empty, you're half full. Right, most of you do. So please let me explain to you and teach you this stuff. Most people here are finding this very, very valuable. Unlocking these weekly turnarounds and closing it within a week's time. Just like I showed you when that 2-day RSI goes from here to here. Home Depot. Back in July, the stock looked like it was making a comeback, up more than 10% from recent lows. But on Monday, July 18th, the stock made some negative news. Tumbled, right? The entire S&P took a bath, a small bath. The stock was down nearly 2%. While the negative economic news may have been good reason to sell for everyday traders, we had a little Monday phenomena that I'll share with you in a few minutes that did this, pulled one of those. Very, very important. Very, very important. The stock did a complete turnaround, riding higher all week long. Options made 43% in 5 days. And a lot of folks never got the opportunity to take the Home Depot setup as conventional wisdom told them it's selling off, don't take it. That's what I'm trying to teach you, the engine behind it, so you guys will have a real aha moment and understand what's under the hood. Now, thanks to this odd-looking sheet, it's clear that the best setups from the strategy happen when stocks are falling on Monday. And all you got to do is place a trade on Monday afternoon and then close it out within a week's time because of that seasonality that I just explained to you. All in all, ignoring dozens of noisy news events. We call this Monday weekly turnarounds, true trend behind weekly turnarounds. For example, Philip 66 back in September. From early June through September, the stock had taken a nosedive, falling 30% from recent peaks. The media was all over it. Look at that. Insiders to blame.